So if you run a recruitment agency, you're going to want to watch this video. My name is Harry, I'm the CEO of Acquired, and what we do is we help recruitment agencies as well as other B2B agencies acquire more clients. Now our biggest client base is actually recruiters, and we understand that the majority of recruiters really struggle to get clients on. Now we've been sending honestly close to 1 million emails every month across all of our clients, and we've noticed one key thing that makes a big difference in acquiring clients for a recruitment company. I'm going to break it down in this video today, so you're going to want to watch to the very end of the video where I go through step by step the process. Now, if you're a recruiter, you probably recognize this method does work and it's got you success in the past, but it's sometimes hard to systemize it and scale it. So that's exactly what we're going to go through on this video. Okay, so oftentimes as a recruiter, your most successful method of business development is probably candidate-led, right? And this is what we've noticed running all of the campaigns for all of our clients. Anything that's candidate-led gets the best response rate and will be more likely to close the deal. Maybe in the past you've run something called an MPC campaign, which is a most placeable candidate, and this has got interest from other business owners, right, and hiring managers, or at least got your foot in the door, whether it was placing that candidate or it opened the door so you could place another. Now, this is because the recruitment industry is fundamentally different to any other type of service-based industry. Very different to marketing agencies, very different to technology, very different to SaaS, okay? It's not one where you can actually just make your offer better. And that's why these things, such as reducing your fees, adding in payment plans, saying you do your first placement for free, saying you do your first placement for reduced cost, is not of interest to hiring managers or key decision makers at businesses. It's simply just not. You think that makes your offer better as a recruitment company, but it doesn't. The thing that actually makes your offer better as a recruitment company is having better candidates. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hopefully this makes sense if you're a recruitment agency owner and you understand that you're valued on your network and your candidate pool. We're actually going to talk about how to leverage this. Right, so if you were actually to increase the strength of your candidate pool and be more effective at marketing your actual A-player candidates, then you would see more success rather than just trying to push your process, push your service and things like that. We noticed this because we actually run campaigns for our clients that had typically great offers. Now, great offers would be low risk, cheap, not cheap but cost effective and just stand out right above the noise, i.e. literally doing a first placement for free. And we even done a test campaign where we said we'll just do placements for free, literally just to establish a relationship. There's not even commitment on the back end, and it still didn't gain traction. What did gain traction, however, when we literally just back-to-back tested it, was marketing an A-player candidate and just saying, look, this person's managed like $100 million portfolio. They've generated 2 million sales in the last 12 months for their last business, and they've been at their current company for 12 years. These are all key selling points, and it actually makes someone genuinely interested. Now, I think this is the problem as well with a lot of business development or lead generation campaigns. Usually you would try and go after specific things. So if a company's hiring, you take that as like an intent signal. You're like, okay, great, they're hiring. Now I can ask them, do you need help with your hiring? Or maybe they've just got funding. Okay, great, how are you going to expand your team? But you're still trying to sell your service too much. You're still trying to sell the process. We all know people only buy the end outcome. They actually want the dream end outcome. Now, as a recruitment agency, the dream end outcome for your client is the perfect candidate, the person they want to place. So if we start marketing that like the actual end result as opposed to the process, then we start to see a lot more success. This is something fundamental that we've noticed. So of course, if you reach out to any company and just say, look, I saw you're hiring, do you need any help with this? Like, even if they're struggling, they're probably going to say no because they know a sale's coming. They hear it too much and they get too many recruiters reach out to them. But of course, this is hypothetical. If you reach out to the same company and say, look, we've got the CTO of Amazon who's built, just the most incredible tech platform, incredible tech products. Do you want to interview them? Any company would say yes, right? If they're in the market for it. All of those companies would actually say no to the process-driven stuff. Like, hey, so you're hiring, do you need help with this? And it's because when you're trying to sell the process, you don't have that much leverage. But when you're trying to sell the end outcome, and of course you won't have the CTO of Amazon in your candidate pool. This is just an extreme example. That's a sliding scale. But what it shows is that if you start to move away from being a commoditized service and just competing on price and payment structures, payment plans, and doing your first placement free, versus having candidates so good that companies genuinely want them regardless, then you just put yourself in your own lane, your own bracket. And that's effectively what we've seen, and that's how it works.
This has led us to realise that candidate-led business development is usually the way forward, right? However, of course, there's some questions. It's like, is your candidate pool actually good enough? Is it big enough? Will these candidates actually be able to be placed? Yes or no, right? And so on and so on. So what you need to do is actually build your candidate pool and use those candidates and build rockstar candidates as an NPC. So the whole point of this is just to get attention, right? So what you effectively need to do, it's like a positive feedback loop. This is how we see majority of successful business development campaigns for our clients now. It actually starts with identifying and finding the perfect candidate or the dream candidate, right? Someone who probably isn't going to get placed at any of these companies, but it's used to get a foot in the door. Okay, they've just got like such a good roster. They've got all of these fantastic like selling points. They've achieved so much in the respected field or industry. They've got all of these qualifications, and it's important here, if we can make it as targeted as possible and like really specific, i.e. using industry terminology. Say if it's an engineer, say they've got 12 years of experience in AutoCAD, which would be an engineering software, then that also makes it more appealing to the client. But effectively what we want to do is just find the candidates, but find A-player candidates, right? So I'm making a note here that just says A-players. Once we've got these A players, then it's really just a question of marketing them out there. Okay, you get these in front of enough of the right companies. One of the hiring managers or one of the owners is going to bite, and they're going to be interested in speaking to this specific person. Okay, then of course it comes with getting around these objections and basically handling it into terms signed and saying, look, this person could be a great fit, or by saying, look, this person is obviously in high demand. They've got a load of skill sets. I've got 2 or 3 others that could also be a good fit. Shall we explore that? Right? Just sort of take it like that. But the whole point of that A-player candidate is to get your foot in the door. And if you've got a good enough candidate, it will work. 100%. We've seen it time and time again. So as you're marketing these really good candidates out, you'll get interest from your ICP, from your hiring managers that you're targeting, from the business owners, from the founders, everything like that. And the whole point there is just to secure the new job orders. So this person is not going to get placed. And when you get on the call with the hiring manager or the business owner, your job is to slowly disqualify this original candidate. So say, look, you ask your qualification questions, they start giving you the answers and say, you know what, actually, I wish this person would be a really good fit because it would be much easier to displace them. I've got them now. But I feel like it'd do you a disservice. I actually think we've got someone else or a couple others which will be a fantastic fit as well, even more suited to this role. Would you be open to interviewing them and speaking to them, right? That buys you a little bit of time in the back end. You can start going and find these actual candidates, right? And then, of course, once you get those terms signed, then you can fulfill for the clients, which would end up being probably finding more candidates, as the interview process goes, so on and so on. And then as you find more candidates, you have more A players that you can market out to. Right, market to your prospective clients, and then it's like a positive feedback loop. So as you get more clients on, your candidate pool actually grows as well, and not just your candidate pool grows in terms of quantity, but quality. That's what you want to be focusing on. You don't want loads and loads of candidates you don't feel are just like A players and rock stars. You want to get as many A players as you can, because this is actually will get interest. Not saying that you can compete on price, not saying that you can compete on anything else, right? Not saying that you can just undercut the whole market. That genuinely, we haven't seen that to work. And we have tried it. We've tried it for clients and it just hasn't worked. The thing that has worked time and time again is finding a fantastic candidate and marketing them out to the right people. Okay? And if your business can do that, then you'll see success 100%. And that's how you'll win in this game. All right, so what you want to do is obviously use LinkedIn, email, maybe do cold calls, right? Put some volume behind this, put some numbers behind it, market out those A-player candidates to secure the new job orders, and then obviously go from there, okay? So I've got to document, this is in sort of a program we're releasing to help recruiters with their business development. So if you think that would be of interest to you, then book a call with my team below and we can discuss how we could potentially help you. But I just thought I'd make this video to summarize one of the main findings that we've seen from our client acquisition campaigns for recruiters. And it's definitely that, being candidate-led with an A-player candidate is the best way to do it by far. And it creates this self-fulfilling feedback loop. So hopefully this video has been useful to you recruiters. As I say, if you are looking for help with your business development, feel free to book a call. If not, no worries. Wish you all the best and I'll see you soon. Take care.